Here with Wes today. Brought Ricky Best to Ashes. Came meet Mike Murillo here at Tucson Dragway, and I got the pleasure to meet Wes today. And just wanted to ask you a few questions about Ricky. What was one of the best memories that you could recall, maybe between you and Ricky, as far as maybe having like a fun time at a drag strip? Just something crazy. I've heard some stories over the years now, and I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't know if there's any good ones right off the bat, maybe.
I mean, I don't think that you could actually get to a drag strip with Ricky and there not be a story at the end of the weekend about something, but it's kind of hard. Like, you think about so many things, and like Mike had said earlier today, that he was like a light, you know, like he would show up and just have this big old shit-eating grin on his face, and like at the end of the night he just wanted to hang out and drink his beer and friggin' shoot the shit. And that guy loved everybody. He loved drag racing like more than anything, you know, other than I think his son. So I remember sitting in Baytown, Texas in the car with him while it was pouring outside, and you know, in the rental car drinking beer. We had decided, like, after he had left Vortex to get out of town so he could kind of clear his head and figure out what he was going to do next. And so in a hurry, I bought a couple plane tickets and got a hotel room online, and I to this day I'm pretty sure the people that own that hotel had walked across the street and took photos of the other hotel and put them on their website, because it was so bad that there was things walking around in that motel that could have just straight carried us out the front door. But you know, like Ricky being Ricky, he would make the best of a bad situation. So we ended up having a bunch of our friends from Louisiana driven out, and that weekend, I walked into a fifth wheel trailer and the thing was floor to ceiling beer. And I'll never forget it. We partied with those guys, made a float out of an open wheel trailer for a car and an ATV, put a sound system on it, and partied till 4 o'clock in the morning all weekend long. And Sunday morning, we were standing on the fence line waiting for the pro cars to go, and there was a kid that was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and it was his first drag race. The kid couldn't see nothing, and Ricky, just being Ricky, trying to get everybody involved, he asked the kid's dad, like, hey man, you know, you're a little bit shorter than I am, can I put this kid on my shoulder so he can see his first drag race? And I have photos, I'll never forget it, like, you know, so that's who Ricky Best was.
Well, you seem very fond of him, brother, and I appreciate you opening up about it. Wanted to ask, so what would you say maybe like Ricky's favorite car was, if you had an idea? Was he fond of anything particular?
Yeah, I mean, he had a black Mustang, a Cobra, that he absolutely loved. The car unfortunately burned to the ground on the side of the road one day, but he loved that car, and he really liked the Tri-5s.
So did you all and Mike, did y'all have a connection through NMRA and MCA, anything like that?
Yeah, so you know, Ricky and a couple other people, when Ricky was at Vortex, his job was basically to be at NMCA and NMRA events and service Vortex clients and promote the business, and that's how a lot of people got to know him, and how he, you know, became friends with Mike and a lot of people.
Right. So when do you remember, can you recall when you met Ricky possibly?
I knew who Ricky was, like everybody else, from like street racing and, you know, in the San Fernando Valley when we were 16, 17 years old. I think at the time Ricky was 19 or 20, but I can't tell you the first time I met Ricky, but I know I bumped into Ricky more than a handful of times in a street race.
Awesome. And so that was out, you said, in San Fernando Valley?
Yeah.
So in California mostly?
Always, yeah.
Awesome. And so as hearing stories today, he seems like he was a very like jovial guy, like you said, he's a light of the world and that type of personality. He was out here with Mike today. You see there's some frustrations, unfortunately.
Yeah.
What do you think he would tell Mike going into Colorado?
He'd already be drinking a beer. Tell him, Mike, it's all good. It'll work itself out. You know, you tell Mike he's too smart, you know?
Yeah.
Mike knows too much. He'll get it figured out.
Well, and it was a pleasure to be a part of this today. You know, we're going to be able to show on the video here coming up that the first pass,
Yeah.
Mike had, I guess, Ricky with him in spirit because he was maybe 2-3 inches from the wall driving it, and Ricky was in that chute, I guess, holding that quarter panel off the wall, man. He said, no, not right now. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
So we actually went to the second round, and Ricky flew high.
Yeah.
And just want to say I appreciate it, and it was very much an honor to even be a part of it today. And thank you very much.
Yeah, man. I you know, thank you to you guys and to Mike. I know that Ricky considered Mike to be like family, and it's amazing that the community is able to do stuff like this for each other. So thank
Absolutely.
you guys.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Wes. You have a great night, brother.
You too.
In the rental car, fucking drinking beer bullshit. Ricky's like, hey man, I gotta ask you something. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, if anything ever happens to me, like, you gotta freaking put my ashes in like some of the sheets of like the boys. And I was like, you know, it's one of those things. You're like, this shit ain't ever gonna happen. So I'm like, yeah, dude, same for me. You know, but yeah. So when it happened, I told his mom, I was like, hey man, I'm like, can I have some with Diane? And she was like, yeah, you can take as much as you want. So when we did the deal at Pomona, and we didn't know how much to put in, and like, we put like a Ziploc bag in Alexis's shit. So when she made the hit, like at the end, you can hear Reinhardt go, I think the motor let go. It was so much action, you know, but it was so epic. And I mean, that was cool, but it's about this, you know, it's about you guys. And we put baby powder on our shoes anyways.
Yeah.
We're always looking for that stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess what we'll do is we'll just, since Corey gets back, we can figure out what to do with keep back the shit. We'll figure out where to put it so that it's not fire. Where's that underrated Mike Murillo at?
Bro, you don't get the credit and respect you well deserved,
Thanks,
brother.
brother.
Well deserved.
Raider Nation.
Hey,
Raider Nation, baby.
you know it, baby.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
This is Wes. Wes, this is Corey.
How you doing, bro? Good luck to you guys.
Put my buddy's
How are
ashes.
you?
Put our buddy's ashes in the parachute. Hell yeah. We gotta figure out. I guess probably
Can we trace it and put the bar through?
No.
No.
We'll be caught up in the. We already tried to.
Oh. That's how we know the situation.
Yeah. So now that we have that out, we can put it wherever.
That's where I want to ride at.
Thinking. Or than here. I just don't want it to. See, there's a hole right there. Like I would just stuff
Inside of the single flap. No?
Yeah, there you go. You know what else I appreciate? If we put that on a stripper's ass.
We can make that happen.
I'm just saying. All right, Corey, do your thing, buddy.
It's cool, man. It's an honor.
But a good friend of ours who passed away, he takes the girl for a ride. Really? Yeah, we put his ass in the parachute.
That's tight, bro. Yeah, he is. Yeah, hell yeah.
It's Murillo. Hold on. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
I took a 2,500-mile drive to put my parents on. So it's just part of it.
I mean, you know, he was in this industry forever. I was like, he gave me with all the guys, and I was like, yeah, man. Whatever.
That's really nice.
Coolest parachute I ever packed right here.
Like every time I'm somewhere where you know them more, I just kind of like hit them up, and everybody's been so good about it.
Oh, right, here's your honor. It's a big family. At the end of the day, it's a big family.
Thank you a lot, man. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! That's right.
Good luck out there, man, Mike. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's right.
That is real cool.
It's crazy to be like trying to figure out.
There's a food pass now.
That's the roadway ahead of right there, bro.
Yeah, the ass is gonna blow out.
That's the idea. That's the whole idea.
That's what I would want to do if they put me on that.
Sure, yeah. So I knew Ricky best from back in the mid '90s, early '90s, really '93, '94.
Vortex did.
And he was just a punk kid working for Vortex, and he started off at the ground floor. And his top position, what did he end up doing?
When he left, I think he was a race relations and media director for Vortex.
But him and Carlo back at World Tour Challenge of 2001, I think it was. But I had blown my car up during qualifying. I was done. I was just going to. And him and Carlo were like, no, we can fix this shit.
Yeah.
You know, we had spare pistons out. We were seeing which one fit the hole, and it was just it was an ordeal. But if it wouldn't have been for him and Carlo, I would have never made the effort. I was just so over it. So pissed off with like, the whole situation. But yeah, we were there for that one. And been there for most of our Mustang stuff.
Yeah, and it's been so cool because I've been friends with him like since outside of racing, and he's like was always like, come on, let's go do this, you know, or whatever. And like went to a couple small events, and we started going like when he got like a Holly, obviously he was doing a bunch of national events stuff and whatnot. So we like just kind of tag along, you know, because he'd always be like, dude, the hotel room's got 2 beds, bro, all you gotta do is get your plane ticket, you know. But I mean, the family, like the people in racing, they're just great.
He was that guy that would always light up the room.
Yeah.
It was a cliche, but you know, everybody wanted to be around him, and he was an awesome person. I couldn't get him. But he went out the way I would think Ricky would go out.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying it's ever a good way, but
Nah, it wasn't gonna. I mean, that was one of those lights that's gonna burn bright. You know what I mean? It wasn't.
they didn't lose him Bob. But
Yeah.
the weekend was the weekend before.
Bob was the week after Ricky's wedding. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah. So Ricky got married, and then Bob had that heart attack. It's crazy, dude. Those guys are such good people. You know, it's so sad, but it's unfortunate. The thing is that the community is so strong that everything just kind of like pulls in a little bit tighter and helps everybody out.
Good. Well, you know, when we go up there, just come on the starting line.
Yeah, I will for sure. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I look forward to it. Give me that one little, give me that little extra push to push a little further. A little harder. Thanks, man. About to go first round.
We're about to win the first round.
About to win. We got Wes here. We got Ricky in the chutes. Got the proper motivation needed today. We got Birdman pit crewing. He's got his boys from Cali. It's a good day.
So me, idiot, I was so excited about the start, I dropped my camera down. I stopped filming.
What's up, Don?